Welcome to the KingCast, the live podcast where we cover the latest Bethesda news. The KingCast is every Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Central, right here in the King's Corner. The King's Corner is the place for all things Bethesda, so if you love Fallout, The Elder Scrolls, and even Starfield, and you're not subscribed yet to the KingFanMan channel, hit that subscribe button for the latest in Bethesda news, lore, live streams, podcasts, and more. Now here is your host of the KingCast. He's not a fanboy, he is the KingFanMan. Welcome to the KingCast. All right, and I have a wonderful co-host today, Wreck-It Renee. Thank you for being back with me.
Of course, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We didn't do a live show last time, did we? We did a recording, so this is your first time on the KingCast.
Yeah, this is my first time live. I'm watching chat. Got everything going on. I hope everyone's having a good day.
Wonderful, wonderful. It is great having you with us. We love the KingCast where we cover the latest in Bethesda news, and we've got a lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about Fallout 76, of course, what's going on now, some special offers that are going on in Fallout 76 right now. We're going to talk a little bit about the Xbox Developer Direct. Wolfenstein 3 has been confirmed. We're going to talk about that. We're going to get into some theories about the Fallout TV show. And then we've got multiple Fallout projects to talk about. I've got so much notes here, we could talk for days. So we're going to jump right in. But remember to hit that subscribe button, not only for me, but also in the pinned chat, there is a link to Wreck-It Renee's Twitch, because I know that's where you do most of your stuff, right?
Yes, I've been lacking on the YouTube over the years, but you can find me live on Twitch.
Yes, so please follow her on Twitch. Also, her link to her X is down in the description below, so follow her there as well. Just tell a little bit about yourself before we get going.
My name's Wreck-It Renee. I've been streaming for 7 years, primarily Fallout 76, involved in the community in a lot of ways behind the scene, working with the Bethesda team. And yeah, we love Fallout, so I'm excited. This is going to be fun.
Awesome. Well, remember, I love to answer the chat and talk to the chat always. This is normally a subscriber-driven podcast, but when I have a guest on, I cannot interact with you quite as much, but we will try to interact with the chat. But if you really want to ask a question or get something, put it on a super chat, and those go to the front of the line. Okay, the Fallout Season 2, of course, has started, and I don't know if you've looked at the numbers, Renee, but maybe not quite as much as last year, but it is affecting all the Fallout games, and I've got the numbers here. I just wanted to get your thoughts on it. Fallout 1 and Fallout 2, it has tripled their numbers, and even those old games. Fallout 3 has gone up to over 1,500 players concurrently. Fallout New Vegas is over 20,000 concurrent players right now. This is just Steam, okay? This is just Steam. Fallout 4, over 45,000 concurrent players on Fallout 4. And then Fallout 76's numbers on all platforms has gone up over 60%. So I would say
That
more
is
people are playing
amazing.
Fallout. Isn't that awesome?
I love it. And, I can say even myself, I was telling my daughter she was looking for a game to play, and I was like, why don't you download one of the old Fallouts, and like step into it? And she was totally like, okay. All right, like, let's try it. And so I think, I believe she started playing Fallout 1
Awesome.
recently. Yeah. And so she got a new PC. And so, but, just seeing the support coming from the show to the gaming community, I don't know, it's amazing. It's a good time to be a Fallout fan, and it kind of makes me a little emotional at times too. So to think about just what the show has brought in the last 2 years,
Yes.
and it's great. I love it.
It is amazing. And we're going to talk more about the TV show in just a little bit. But I did want to ask you a question. This came up on another podcast I was talking. I believe because of the success of this Fallout TV show, it would not surprise me for a Fallout spin-off TV show to come after this one's over. Could you see something like that happening?
I mean, I could see it happening. I mean, I just want to kind of get through the Fallout TV show and the many seasons that they're gonna give us,
Yes.
right? The many seasons. But I have heard about a spinoff of a kind of like a game show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like if the who's gonna lie, the more Fallout stuff, the
The
better.
better.
So
The Fallout universe is so easy. I mean, you could just plug in almost any character into it's the universe it's the world that makes it so great. So Fallout 76, a lot going on right now in Fallout 76. Mutated public events are going on through the 13th. Double mutations is going on through the 12th. The 13th is Tuesday next week, and the 12th is Monday, of course. Gold Rush as well. Next week coming in is the Treasure Hunter starting the 15th through the 19th, and Caps of Plenty as well. But did you know there's some special offers out there and some kind of unique things? Fallout has gone back to Call of Duty. Now, this is kind of interesting. Do you play Call of Duty at all?
okay, so like I haven't played Call of Duty over the years, but when they came out with Black Ops 7, I'm a Black Ops player from the past, and so I've been dabbling a little bit in it. But then when they announced the collaboration with Fallout, I was like, "Oh my gosh." So I have slid back in, literally slid back in. And I've been playing it, and I will just tell you this, like it is amazing. The first game that I loaded into, they redid a map that's normally called Nuketown, and they renamed it Vault Town,
Oh,
and
wow.
everything is Fallout themed. Like there's bobbleheads everywhere. There's rad poker sets. There's just like everything. And so that first round, I was crying because I was so happy, and I was dying a lot because I was oohing and awing at everything and
Looking
just
at the
like
world.
looking around. And it was I'm like looking this way, dead, and then I'm like respawn. I look this way, dead. But it was just like I was so distracted. But it's amazing if you haven't logged in and play it. Plus, you get to play as the ghoul. You can
Yes.
unlock the ghoul to play as, and there's a power armor character operator for it. So it's like it is so good. It's so good, especially if you're a Fallout fan and you just want something kind of like off and different to check out. I would definitely check out the new update.
And if you're a Fallout 76 player, all you have to do is play one match in Call of Duty Black Ops or Call of Duty Warzone, and you get to earn a free bonus. I think it's a helmet, but you get a special thing in Fallout 76 if you log in and do that. So that's pretty neat.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Somebody said that you're a little quiet. We know she's a little quiet,
I'm
but
trying to talk as loud as I can. Something's wrong with my microphone.
and then Matt said, "Hello, Renee. The camp that you won the camp contest with. How long did that take you to set up?" By the way, if you
it
didn't know, she won the last camp contest in Fallout 76 and did an amazing job.
Yeah, it was the casino themed camp, and normally before the build update, that would take me about 3 to 4 days in time of building. But after the build update, I literally built that in less than 3 hours. So
Wow.
it
Amazing.
yeah. So
And Doll with the super chat. Thank you, Doll. I appreciate it so much. The beauty of the Fallout universe, he says, is how wide open it is to insert many stories that can be nearly infinitely expanded. More if they someday go worldwide. Oh, that's true. That's true. We have never even gotten out of America. But thank you so much for the super chat. And since it's tradition, we have a tradition on the KingCast that when somebody gives a super chat, they get a Walter.
You're an idiot.
There you go. You're not an idiot, Doll. We appreciate you. I've also got Elvis here, by the way. Oh, speaking of Elvis, did y'all see that they shot the king? If
I
you,
did. I was like, no. There's still speculation. It might not be him. That's what I hear.
I will go with
So
that. I will go with that. I hope that's the case. I hope that's the case. There is also a Pringles thing that you can earn or get. It's a free mask and a free outfit. Now, I heard there was some mix up with it at first. Some people thought it was only UK residents, but now it's not just UK, it's everywhere. Is that right? Have you heard that?
I will tell you this, that I've tried to claim it myself and I have nothing but issues. Like it won't let me go past certain links, it won't let me go past certain pages. I even tried using a VPN like people suggested to put myself over in the UK and still like
Still not working.
I haven't been able to do it. If anybody in the UK wants to send both of us a code, that would
Yes,
be
that would be great.
appreciated.
Hopefully they're going to get that fixed because I've heard it's not supposed to be just in the UK, but you can get a Pringles, and inside the Pringles can there is a code that you can supposedly get this outfit and mask, and it's really cool. It's the mask. It's the Vault Boy with the Pringles mustache, so that looks really
Yeah.
cool. Also, want to say there also was a little mix-up with this month's axolotl. Did I say that right? I always have trouble with that.
Axolotl.
Axolotl. There you go. It's in the Burning Springs and the Savage Divide. That's where you can get those. One last thing on Fallout 76 before we move on. I have found, and some other people have found, there is looks like a hatch that goes into an underground area, and it's close to Starlight Drive-In. Have you found that yet in Burning Springs?
I have not.
I wished I had a picture of it to throw up. Somebody sent it to me in the chat this week, and I had just found it. But I'm wondering, is that obviously it's going to be future content, but I'm wondering if that's going to be the raid that we're getting this year, or it kind of looks like the hatch that goes to the underground Chinese place there at the White Spring, that in that old quest. It kind of looks like that hatch.
I haven't heard about it, but I mean, if they put it there, I would not doubt that it's going to be something in the future. They like to toss that stuff in and then let us let us sit and stew about
Stew about
it,
it,
and then
yes.
yeah.
I love the little teases. I love when we get teases.
I know people are finding Bigfoot footprints all over the
Yes,
place.
yeah,
So
and of course Bigfoot is in the PTS right now. He's going to be coming into the events, the public events. But I said that was the last thing. This is the last thing I'm going to ask you about Fallout 76 for now. Anyway, do you think we're going to get more lore on Bigfoot? Do you think we're going to get a quest line with Bigfoot? Is he going to be part of the raid? How do you think they're going to bring Bigfoot in more than just him being an enemy in the public events?
I mean, I would hope that they do something kind of like Mothman, where they create like their own event around Mothman. We get the Flatwoods monsters through the Alien event. We got Mothman through the Mothman event. It kind of feels like the cryptids are being brought more into the story with public events. So I definitely would hope in some way that the Bigfoot is brought out just instead of just showing up. Although, if you think about it, Bigfoot is supposed to be mysterious and not spotted often. So maybe them just adding him to these events are that way to keep him in his Bigfoot mode
Mysterious.
of did I see him, kind of situation. And I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that,
That's a good
honestly.
thought. That is a good thought. Somebody said, I don't want to kill Bigfoot. I want him as a companion.
I want to ride on his back and have him carry me around
Yeah,
the wasteland.
absolutely. DeMarco dude's in the chat. Hey, DeMarco, what's going on? DeMarco says the commercialization, did I say that right, of Fallout concerns me a bit. I just want the quality to remain good. And I think it has so far. They definitely are appealing to a more mainstream audience. And I think
Like,
that's good for the Fallout
I
franchise.
think they have, but one thing is this Dave's Hot Chicken collaboration that they did. It's not the best chicken, guys. Honestly, it's probably one of the more subpar places that you can get chicken, but I mean, who doesn't want a stim pack, right?
I had seen those meals. I didn't know where they were coming from. I don't think we have Dave's Chickens here in Arkansas, but
There's like one that's like 40 miles away from me, and I'm like, I'm not making that drive.
just for a
So I have
plastic
some,
stim
I
pack.
have someone else picking me up a stim pack and sending it to me.
Oh, that's great. Well, we will talk more Fallout 76 in a little bit. Like I said, we've got so much to get into, and whatever resonates with y'all tell us in the chat, and we'll stick there a little bit longer. I did want to ask you about the Xbox Developer Direct. It's coming up, of course, January the 22nd. It will be noon Central Time. So excited about that. But there's only 3 games this year. First thing, do you think we're going to get any surprise games, or is that all they're going to show?
I mean, they are very. I mean, in the past, what I've experienced is they're very into announcing like the main things that people have been waiting for, and then they always sprinkle in something.
Yes.
So I would assume that we're gonna get maybe 1 or 2 surprises, if anything.
I'm not sure we're going to see anything from Starfield, because Starfield not being a new game, it's a DLC, and from what I'm hearing, it's probably not coming until this summer. And of course, there's also a June showcase, so I bet that's probably where we hear and see of Starfield. It may even be Shadow Drop. The DLC may even be Shadow Drop there in June. That would be a good way. But Fable is finally coming. And by the way, I think all of these, they're going to push for a 2026 release on all 3 of these. Fable, the Beast of, what is it, Reincarnation, I think is the, from Game Freak, and then Forza Horizon 6. And was it, when was it? A couple of years ago, remember, everything they showed was for that year, and I think that's what they're going to do this year.
Yeah, I mean, the second one you mentioned,
Yeah.
I've never heard anything about
I
it.
haven't either.
Forza Horizon, I am a race car game girl. Like, I love car
too.
games. So I'm pretty excited about that, but most of my excitement is going towards Fable. I've been a Fable fan since 1, 2, and 3, Albion Online, all of it. Like, I cannot wait. I think I'm one of those people that's just been upset that it's been extended for so long. But if we're
Yes.
getting it this year, it's gonna be a good year for Fable fans.
When is it they first announced it? Wasn't it 2020?
Yeah, it's been. I know it was when I was streaming, because I was live streaming the developer direct, so it had to have been within the last 4 or 5 years. And we've been waiting for it. And if it's coming up again, that gives me hope that this year we're gonna get it. So
You talking about race cars? I just have to say this. 2 of our favorite games, mine and my son's. Do you remember the game MotorStorm? I think it was on a PlayStation only game, though.
yes, I remember.
The first 2 MotorStorms, we have played those to death. Oh, I love those games.
So good.
And then they came out with a 3rd MotorStorm that was terrible, because they switched all how it was. And then nobody has come up with a game like those were. Those were so good. I wish, come back with another MotorStorm. We want MotorStorm 4. That would be great. Is there anything else you want to say about Fable or Forza, about the Developer Direct?
Not really. I'm just excited to see it. I mean, for me, it's kind of early because I'm a night shift person, so I'm definitely waking up early that day to catch it. Because if it's got Fable news, I don't want to miss it.
Did you hear that the Xbox, I think it was on X where they did it, they actually posted it's a good year for things ending in 6, because Forza Horizon 6, GTA 6, and people went crazy saying, Elder Scrolls 6, that's it, Elder Scrolls 6, it's coming.
Well, I mean, with the news recently and some of the interviews they've done with Todd Howard, it seems like they've shifted from working on Elder Scrolls 6 and making Fallout their main focus. So, looks like you guys may be waiting a little longer, because we might get Fallout 5 now before we even get Fallout 6 or Elder Scrolls 6.
We're going to talk about both of those in just a little bit. And yes, he said we're doing more with Fallout. He did say at Maryland they have more on the Elder Scrolls 6, so I think he was trying to say, we're still doing it, guys, we're still doing it. But Microsoft is pushing for new Fallout content, no doubt.
I mean, why wouldn't they be? It's the golden age of Fallout right now.
It is, absolutely. Did you know Bethesda's 40th anniversary is coming up this June? June 28th of this year will be their 40th anniversary. They started in 1986.
That is crazy. I just had my 40th birthday.
There you go. Well, happy birthday.
I'm as old as Bethesda.
Well, that makes me feel old because I remember 1986 very, very well. But I wonder if they're going to do anything special this year. I wonder if they have anything planned. Of course, June will probably be when we get Starfield, but are they holding back anything else for June? Might we see, and I've been seeing in the chat several times, people are talking about the remasters. We know that Fallout 3 remaster is real. We know that Fallout New Vegas now is real. Don't know if they've started working on Fallout New Vegas yet, remastered, but do you think it's even possible that we could get a Fallout 3 remastered this early?
I mean, looking at the timeline of everything that they have been doing, I wouldn't. It takes a minute to remaster a game, and they saw, the blow up with not getting New Vegas remastered for
Yes.
Fallout Day. So it would make sense if they had started working on it. Do I think that less than a year for development time on that is feasible? I don't know, honestly. But as far as doing something, I wouldn't say that something was coming to Fallout 76, of course, during that time. They're going to do
Yes.
something big. And it's right around the summer update that they usually do.
Yes.
So,
Perfect time.
the next PTS probably should be very interesting.
Yes. Yeah, I think we're going to get more 76 content than this year than we ever have. And that's even saying, we got the big map expansion last year, but I expect another one to be coming as well. In fact, by the time that we saw Burning Springs in New York, they had already stopped. They had finished on that and were already starting on the next big thing working. So they're way ahead of us. They always say they plan way ahead. Well, they're way ahead in working as well. So I,
Well, and like they like to mention how they always put stuff in the new updates and bring us stuff that is future content. And just like this whole Bigfoot thing, they brought the Bigfoot mask to Foshnot, and we didn't understand why. Why all of a sudden was there a Bigfoot mask? And then now look, Bigfoot's coming to the game.
yes,
So I would just pay very close attention, especially to their atomic shop drops and stuff like that, because usually it's something that comes out and you're like, huh, this is kind of random. And then here it
it's
is
not
6 months
random at
down.
all.
Yeah. And then 6 months down the line, here we are getting Bigfoot. So, it's one of those things to, pay attention. I was running around one of the locations, and I think it was somewhere in Burning Springs, and I noticed it was like the carport, the red tall
Yeah.
carport thing was there, and I'm like, we got that like a year ago in the
Yes.
atomic shop. So they're always hiding stuff. So I'm sure that some big good stuff's coming for sure.
That's one of the things I have always loved about Bethesda. They like to tease their next game in their current game. I love that. And they've done that with 76 since the beginning. They will always put little clues, they're rebuilding the bridge going across the river. All you have to do after an update is start roaming the world.
Exploring,
Yep.
yeah, just explore.
I love that. Okay, we won't stay on this one long, but I did want to let everybody know and get your opinion on it as well. Wolfenstein 3 has now been confirmed, which is great, by multiple sources. In fact, I did a whole podcast on it, y'all. If y'all want a lot of information about Wolfenstein 3, about story, about release date, everything, check out my last podcast with the Arcane Realm. He did a great job as well on that. But there's also a Wolfenstein TV show going to come out probably about the same time as Wolfenstein, and it's being done by the same ones that are doing the Fallout series. Kilter Films, Jonathan Nolan,
So
Lisa Joy, all that.
So do you think that this is going to be like the new trend now for a lot of these communities that are like kind of pre-established, like Wolfenstein, Fallout, where we're going to just start getting TV shows, TV
Yes.
show after TV show? And I think, there was previous ones that did it before Fallout, but I think Fallout kind of set that precedent
Yes.
for the developers of these games to be like, wow, like if we do this kind of content along with the game, look at how the numbers change.
Yeah,
So
whatever you might think of the Witcher TV show that came out as well, it did the same thing for The Witcher 3. Numbers went crazy on it. So yeah, this is going to be kind of like the Marvel movies until we get too much saturation, until people get tired of them, or until a couple of really bad TV shows and movies come out. We're going to get a lot of video game movies and TV shows, I believe. It would not surprise me to get an Elder Scrolls one in the future. Todd Howard has been contacted before about having the Elder Scrolls. It was a movie back in the day that he turned down. But no, it wouldn't surprise me at all. The good thing, though, about this Wolfenstein is they actually are going to have a brand new game alongside the TV show, which is what they should have done with Fallout. I still cannot get over that they were not prepared for what happened to Fallout in season one. Todd was like, it surprised us.
how could it? I mean, to
Exactly.
see how dedicated this community is.
We all knew
to
what
the
was going to
game.
happen. How did they not know?
I mean, they should have. They should have known.
They should have known, 100%. Speaking of that, if y'all don't mind, we're going to talk about the Fallout TV show. We're not going to hopefully give any spoilers. What I want to talk about just for a little bit, and I would love to hear y'all in the chat, and I am watching the chat, believe me. We're going to talk about what we might see in the coming episodes, and I think we're going to see some crazy things coming up in the future episodes. In fact, me and you talked just for a minute, and we had some of the same ideas, which was interesting. So I really want to hear what the people think as well. First, I want to start with the NCR. The NCR has taken a terrible hit in the show. And again, I'm not going to give anything away about this year, but of course, Shady Sands and all that. So the NCR was really dealt a terrible blow. But it appears just from the spots that we've gotten that the Ghoul, Lucy, and Maximus as well are going to be teaming up with the NCR in the future. That's what it looks like to me. What do you think about that?
I'm trying to make sure I hold my P's and Q's for no spoilers.
No spoilers, yes.
But yes, I agree that I feel from what we saw with the NCR that is not all that there is. Just that is what has come across. There's gonna be yes. I don't want to do any spoilers. But yes,
I gotcha.
I agree. I agree the NCR is gonna come back in the show. I hope they do, because what we saw, little lackluster.
Yes. Well, and we know from leaks, and we know from the trailers or teaser trailers that there's going to be an NCR power armor that's pretty cool. We're going to see that probably fighting the Deathclaws there at the Strip. So that's going to be fun to see. I mentioned it before.
Where are the Deathclaw babies?
We did see some eggs cracked open. Lucy was holding the egg. I want to hear more about what you said before. I said they had shot the king, and I was so upset. And that is a little spoilers, and you say the community saying it may not be him. So give me some hope that the king is alive.
So a lot of people are saying, from what they saw, because of the jacket, the guitar, all that stuff, that was the king. But I feel like that's not going to be the only part that they bring in. There's still a whole nother side. There's still the free side of New Vegas that the Ghoul obviously has been there before, and he wants to go there again. Is it high hopes that it wasn't the king? Yes. But there are a lot of people putting speculation out there that they wouldn't just kill off the entire group of them. There's got to be somebody left over, and that they're not. Maybe he's a ghoul like the Ghoul, like Walton, and maybe he's not feral like the other ones were. So that's what I've heard. It's a lot of speculation, though. So
we've got the guys from Bethesda Unpatched in the chat. By the way, they are going to be joining me next week as co-host of this show. So, hey, guys, y'all get ready for that. DeMarco says it's a shame what happened to the Witcher TV show, and I agree. It a lot kind of went downhill. I like Henry Cavill, and I hate that he left the show for one, and the writing's a little suspect. But hey, we're Fallout fans here. We're not Witcher fans, so that's okay. Speaking of the ghoulified kings, I guess we have to talk about what we think happened there in New Vegas because the strip has been destroyed. The kings are now ghoulified, and there's death claws running around everywhere. Something happened. There are also the Securitrons. We saw that they're all busted up, laying around. So it's not the same strip, not even the same Freeside that you see in Fallout New Vegas. So did something happen to Mr. House's stuff?
I mean, it's only obvious that House is not in Vegas anymore
Yeah.
if he is still active in the show and everything. Um, so honestly, like the speculation that I have is that something went down, he evacuated, and the wasteland took over like it usually does. The
Yes.
Death Claws got there somehow, right? And it wasn't just there was Death Claws. Well, I mean, from what we saw with episode 4, and the Death Claws and everything, like they were, developed for a weapon
Well,
for us,
that's
and
what we're
some.
about to get into now. And this is what we talked about before. This is great. Can I
Yeah,
say something first? Ronald has
yeah.
become a member of the channel. Thank you, Ronald, for becoming part of the King's Crew. Just for that, you get a Walter.
What am I, doorbell?
There you go. There's your Walter. Thank you, Ronald. I appreciate that so much. All right. I'm going to let you spill it. What do you think is going on with the Death Claws? And me and you had the same thought before the show.
Well, he, the Death Claw did not attack Sir Cooper Howard, right?
Yes. That when he was in Alaska. Right.
Yeah, and I watched the creator of the Death Claw did a video about how friendlier their faces look, how they look more animalized, like domesticated in ways. And so I see that we're going to have, at least I think that we're going to have friendly, intelligent Death Claws in some kind of way.
Wow.
And that would be exciting to see, like, just be like, can you imagine the ghoul Lucy and Maximus roaming the wasteland with their friend the Death
The
Claw?
intelligent Death Claw. Now, before you say this is crazy, I cannot remember if it was Fallout 1 or Fallout 2. It's been so long since I played those games. But in one of those games, you literally go to a place where there are intelligent Death Claws.
Yeah.
So it
So
is.
I see it coming to the series, especially with the little glimpse of humanity that they showed us that the Death Claws had.
Yes, it is a thing in the Fallout lore. Intelligent Death Claws. That's wild. I also think the Enclave is going to raise its head back up in a couple of ways. I think it's kind of obvious. I think it may be the Enclave that Hank is working for. The last time we saw Hank, he's talking to somebody on a recorder, and so it was not Vault Tech ultimately that he was working for. It was someone else. And then also we've gotten some clues that there might have been something else going on with Vault 31, 32, and 33 as well, that it wasn't just a breeding program, that there might have been something else happening there with Enclave influence. Do you see the Enclave rising back up here in the last few episodes?
I mean, we got a little bit of it in the beginning in season 1, right? Where that's where the little fusion, whatever thingamabob, I can't think of the word right now, came
Cold
from, and then
fusion?
they yeah, there you go, and then they kind of just like dissipated, right? And talking about the Enclave, and then now we're the stuff going on with the Brotherhood of Steel, bringing the Commonwealth into it. So I definitely see that, or I would hope in the last 4 episodes of the season that we get some kind of information involving the Enclave. So that'd be nice. So I still think that everyone's gonna hate me for this. I still think that the Brotherhood of Steel gentleman who was smashed in the head was a synth. But that's my thought.
Interesting. Well, you do come across someone by the name of Harkness. I believe it was in
Yeah.
Fallout 3 that's a synth, and that was actually where they were teasing Fallout 4.
And then like, well, one thing with it is like, you know, he was killed. Thaddeus gets into his power armor, but they didn't show us no blood, no body, nothing like that. And and so it's like, how are we supposed to, take that death when we don't see like any kind of carnage? And they
Right.
kind of like hid that from us. And so I wonder, it just makes my mind go in so many different directions that they could take with it. But yeah, there's a lot of people that are like, no, it's not.
One of the Bethesda Unpatched guys, I think it's Kilo. If it's not, correct me. He says he thinks that House is a synth now. That's an interesting thought. And then he does say about the death clause that yes, they were trained not to attack the American troops. Absolutely, that's 100%. Let me know if that's Kilo. I think it's Kilo. Anyway, anything else about the TV show that you want to bring out? Those were the main things that I wanted to bring out. I could talk about it forever. I'm really enjoying the season 2. I'm enjoying season 2 more, I think, than I did season 1.
I did a podcast last week about the 3rd episode, and we were talking about how the first episode was kind of slow.
It was.
And it was a little compared to season 1 episode 1 and season 2 episode 1, it was lackluster in comparison, but every episode since has been hands down amazing.
Yes.
And so I think it's only going to continually get better. I do think that there's a lot of stuff that we want from the show, but there's only 4 episodes left.
I know it.
Right? So I feel like there's going to be a lot of stuff that we as fans want from the show, but we're not going to get until future seasons. So.
I don't like that. Take it back. Take it back.
I'm not. That's I'm just spitballing here.
No, I agree. I have mixed emotions with the 8-episode thing. I'm from the age of TV where there used to be, 100 episodes.
24, 100 episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they would go for 10 to 12 years, with that. It was just so much more. It's wild when everything went to streaming, how they really cut back on the amount of episodes and the amount of years. It's strange. I wonder if that's going to change anytime soon. That's just I know that's off the subject.
Personally, I think that they could have done an entire episode based off of what happened with Thaddeus after he left the Brotherhood of Steel.
Yes.
How did he end up at the factory and stuff like that? But it's just it feels like they're rushing the content and rushing the story to be like, this happened, then this happened. And then, maybe in the future we'll get a little glimpse of what happened with him and how he ended up where he was. But they could have done a whole episode on that, and they could have stretched it out more than just 8 hours.
Kilo
I want more.
Kilo says he agrees with you. He's not convinced the king is dead. All right. We're holding out hope here. We're holding out hope. Well, we're going to move on. Believe it or not, we're down to 15 minutes left to go. This is crazy, and we hadn't even got to half of what we was going to talk about. I want to get your opinion on the Elder Scrolls 6, because we mentioned it earlier, about a release date for the Elder Scrolls 6. And I know this is just speculation, but there are several different reports, and it's according to which one you lean on when you think this game is coming. Now, I will say, Todd Howard said that most of Maryland right now is working on the Elder Scrolls 6. However, he also said they have a full team on Fallout, and I believe that's Fallout 5, because if you look at what the hiring has done, and I touched on this last week, but this is amazing. If you look at the numbers from Maryland, they have literally almost doubled in size in 1 year at Maryland, which is crazy. Why did they do that? I believe so they could develop both Fallout 5 and Elder Scrolls 6 at the same time. Now, that's my opinion. Because if you go back to this summer, 2025, they were doing some major hiring this summer. And you don't normally do that at the end or toward the end of a project. You do that at the beginning of a project. So with all that said, there are some that believe this game's not coming until 2028, 2029. I don't know if you've heard of Kiwi Talks. It's a guy he's on X. He interviews devs and calls himself an insider. But he said this: you're not going to see the Elder Scrolls until 2028 at the earliest, but there's a high possibility that it comes out in 2029. They aren't giving a rough date because it would do more harm than good, especially after announcing the game too early. And then we got a leak that said, nope, it's coming out in 2026. So now I'm not saying the leak was true, but
no.
What do you think as far as release date?
I don't think that they're gonna come out this year. It's not an Elder Scrolls year like Todd's been saying. They're focusing on Fallout right now mainly for everything. I mean, you gotta keep the interest going where the money's coming in from,
Absolutely.
Right? And so I agree with what the first person was saying, maybe 2028, late 2028. And I wouldn't mind. I don't play Elder Scrolls, but looking as
you ought to. It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Looking as like just a video game person in general, do you really want them to rush through it?
No.
Or do you want it to be immaculate, right? And so the longer for me, the better. Even if Fallout 5 comes out in 2, 3, 4 years from now, I would be okay with that, because it's just, I don't want to have a game that has issues. We don't want another Fallout 76 release for another title, and stuff like that. And so patience is key. A lot of people are like, I'm old, I can't wait that long.
I feel that pain.
But, 2026, no. 2028, more feasible in my eyes, at least.
Kilo says he's standing on last quarter 2026. This is what I say. They have done 3-hour play tests on the Elder Scrolls. I believe the Elder Scrolls is getting close to being done, but I've said 2027 all along. And you've got to remember, look what they did. This is a Microsoft thing. Look what Microsoft did with Starfield. Even when Starfield was done and ready, Phil Spencer had a meeting with Todd and them, and they delayed it. And it was delayed to get the bugs out. It wasn't delayed to put any more content in. It was delayed because Phil Spencer said, we want the smoothest launch in Bethesda history. And Starfield pretty much was. Well, I expect them to do the same thing with the Elder Scrolls, because it is really important that the next BGS game that hits big. I mean, Microsoft needs it bad.
Yeah. And I think Microsoft is going to make sure that it hits big instead of pushing it and just trying to get the content out there, because they now see how the communities for Bethesda games are, and any misstep, we're going to drag you to the ground.
The dang surfer said, Todd did say, and this is true, he said that Elder Scrolls 6 is going to come out after GTA 6. And, of course, I've been saying all along, I think me and Joey Caps both have said it multiple times, you do not want to release, I don't care what game it is, in the same year that GTA 6 comes out.
Oh, yeah. Even if you don't play GTA 6, you're going to be playing GTA 6.
Yes.
So,
and it's going to get the marketing attention. I know it's not the same kind of game. I know it's not in the same genre at all, but when a GTA comes out, that's going to dominate the marketing of video
100%.
games.
100%. They've been waiting on this game for, I don't even know how many years since when GTA 5 came out. So it's like, it's definitely going to dominate everything. Everybody's going to be playing it. Everybody's going to be making content with it. And so to release another large major title around that same time would just be dumb.
Yes.
It would be dumb.
Before we get into the multiple Fallout projects, and we are running close here, Hey, unexpected outcome. I promise I'm watching y'all's chat. I'm trying to incorporate it into what we talk. I don't know how much Starfield you play, Renee, but what do you think of this upcoming DLC update? All that, is this going to be number one? Do you believe this is going to be the last DLC for Starfield? I do personally. And
I
do you
can
think it's going to bring the players back that they wanted to bring?
So okay. Don't hate me, chat. I've played 100 hours of Starfield, and that's it. When the game came out, I was like super excited. When they announced it wasn't gonna be multiplayer, that kind of turned me off of the game a lot because I wanted another game like 76 that I could explore with my friends. And so I did play it. I did get into it. I stopped playing it when I got lonely in the game and I was like, this isn't fun for me just running around space by myself. And so I haven't played any of the updates, any of the DLCs. Do I think that it's on its like last leg? I could agree with you that it is, but at the same time, they put so much work and effort into Starfield that I don't think they're gonna quite give up just yet.
I hope not. I hope not. I know they're wanting this to be big because this is when it's coming to PlayStation. It's also coming to Switch too. So this is the perfect time to make a big splash with it if they're ever going to bring players back. I know originally Todd wanted to support the game for 10 years, but with Microsoft being in charge, and we've already hit on it this podcast, what is the stress? Fallout. Fallout's the stress. And I hate to put it this way, but they've wasted a lot of time with Starfield that they could have been doing the Elder Scrolls and Fallout, which are, cash cows for Microsoft. So that's just the way I see it.
It was a nice try. It was a nice try for them. I still think the game is beautiful.
It is.
Like I haven't played any updates, so I don't even like when they added the vehicles and stuff like that. I've never even tried it, so I'm not like the best expert on Starfield, but I do know it does still have a very strong fan base.
It does.
And if they did something that could possibly make it like co-op in a way, just so I could play with one other person and not be in space.
I would love
myself.
that. Yeah.
If they did that, hands down, it would revive the entire game.
Yes, it would. I did a whole podcast about multiplayer Starfield. I think it would do great. I think Bethesda is scared of doing anything multiplayer because the flack that they took for 76.
They need to get over that.
I think so too. I mean, 76 has lasted. We're going on 8 years now. So, just because it had a rocky start doesn't mean that everything was bad with it.
Exactly.
Well, let's finish up then with the Fallout projects. And I am famous for saying that I believe there are 8 Fallout projects going on right now. Now, that's counting everything, okay? That's counting Fallout Shelter. That's even counting Fallout 4 because they're not through updating Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is supposed to get bigger creations here coming soon. But the main part of those Fallout projects, and Todd finally admitted that, yes, they're doing more in the Fallout series. You've got Fallout 3 Remastered. We know that was on the FTC document. But now we've had multiple people that said that Fallout New Vegas Remastered is a real thing. And then I also believe, in addition to Fallout 5 being in development, I believe there is a Fallout spinoff coming, probably from Obsidian. What would you think about a Fallout spinoff as far as would you like it, and do you think it's a possibility?
I mean, anything is possible, and coming from a company's perspective, why not? Why not cash in on that while it's hot, right? I am super excited about the announcement of the New Vegas one. Everybody wants it. The game came out 15 years ago. Gameplay for me, like it's subpar when I tell people
Oh,
playing it.
yeah.
I'm like play New Vegas, but also remember it is a
Yeah.
15-year-old game.
Play it for the story,
Um,
not the gameplay.
exactly, and so especially with the show being focused around New Vegas,
Yes.
it would be definitely smart for them to do something with it. Um, everyone's always makes the comment that, oh, Bethesda doesn't like that game or Todd doesn't like that game because, they didn't make that game. They didn't make that Fallout. They're jealous of, how it was received over, one of their titles and stuff like that. But coming from a company perspective, they're gonna try and cash in on this wave as much as they possibly can. So do I
Yes.
see a spinoff coming? Yes. Do I have any idea what it could possibly be? No.
Right.
But will I play it?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. Well, and I have said this too, and I want to get your opinion on it. This is what we know. We know that when season 1 happened with the Fallout TV show, Microsoft panicked because Bethesda didn't have anything. I mean, literally didn't have anything. We didn't have anything new for 76. They didn't have nothing. We got a Fallout 33 jumpsuit.
Backpack.
That's all we did.
And a backpack.
And a backpack. That's it. So Microsoft panicked. They had a meeting with Bethesda about Fallout. They had 2 meetings with Obsidian that we know of about Fallout. They even had a meeting with In Exile about Fallout. So Microsoft was going crazy saying, we need Fallout now. How are we going to get it? Now, what came out of that, we don't fully know, but I do know this. I do know that John Gonzalez has been rehired at Obsidian. He was the lead writer for Fallout New Vegas. He said that Obsidian hired him back for this one project. That's the only reason he would have come back, is this one project. Tim Kaine has now been rehired at Obsidian. So it's really looking like they're wanting to do something Fallout-y. But is it a Fallout like New Vegas 2 or a Fallout New Orleans? Or the only other possibility I know is some have said it's possible that they cannot remake New Vegas because, and I'm not a game developer, so I don't understand, but the source codes are not very good for New Vegas. So the only other thing I could think of is them actually remaking New Vegas at Obsidian. Either way, I'm going to play it, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. I'm like, honestly, I don't care where it comes from. And like even like to look at it, like there was a lot of speculation when the TV show was coming out. Is it gonna be good? I'm worried about what they're gonna do. Well, guess what? You watched it no matter what because you're a Fallout fan and you love the Fallout universe. So anything that they come up with, people are gonna support, even if it's not good. Like it's just kind of like that feeling of being proud to be part of that and be part of that community for so long, that no matter what comes out of it, we're going to support it. There are still going to be haters that hate everything or judge everything, but I'm excited. It just keeps getting better. I was literally having this discussion with my daughter last night. And we were talking about how, because I was telling her about the Call of Duty crossover, and she was like, man, Fallout's just everywhere. And I said, yes, and it's just gonna keep being everywhere, and
yes.
it's a proud moment.
We have not seen, and I put it this way on a recent podcast, and you tell me if you think this is right. I believe when Fallout Season 1 hit, it was kind of like an earthquake. And Fallout content is coming. There's a tsunami of Fallout content coming because of that earthquake. We just don't know when that first wave of the tsunami is going to get here. But once it starts, we're just going to get Fallout 3 remastered, Fallout New Vegas remastered, Fallout 5, a Fallout spinoff. I mean, Fallout fans are going to be eating so good in the next few years. It's just how long is it going to take?
Fallout fan.
Yes,
is like just what the show has done for the community and for the series. It not only has it brought in so many new people, but it has sparked the long timers. Like I said, like I'm even thinking about playing Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 myself, and just checking it out and getting to know the series more. And that's a long time fan. Then you got all these new people coming in, and they want to discover just as much. I saw a TikTok about a guy who's like, my girlfriend loves Fallout. I never got into it. I started watching the show, and now I'm playing Fallout 3 and New Vegas.
That's wonderful.
You know, so it's like, and just, you know, people that are around us, and like even in my own personal life, you know, people that aren't Fallout fans see how excited I am about it, and then they check it out and they're like, it is amazing. And I'm like, exactly. So it's just, it's spreading like a virus. The Fallout virus is what I'm going to start calling it.
I love that. Well, here's my last question for you. Believe it or not, we're out of time. But I believe that the Fallout TV show has even rekindled Todd. Not that he needed rekindling, but I believe it's going to have a positive effect on Fallout 5. Now, we know
I do too.
Todd has said that Fallout 5 is going to exist in a world where the TV show has happened or is happening. So I have a question. Do you think Fallout 5, they're going to be on the West Coast so that the TV show is really integrated into Fallout 5? Is it going to be San Francisco? What do you think? What is the effect of the TV show on Fallout 5?
Honestly, you know, as a fan, I would hope they would focus more on the West Coast. You know, I'm a West Coast girl initially. Do I think that Fallout 5 is going to primarily be on the West Coast? I would like to see it nationwide, just like a nationwide map to be able to go to multiple different areas of the story. Because, like, you have the ghoul crossing America in 20 years to be in Ohio for Fallout 76, and you have him traveling around and going everywhere. So why can't we travel around and go to more than just one small section of the nation, you know? And so I would hope that Fallout 5 is, I want it based, if I could choose a timeline for it, I wouldn't choose it as the same timeline as the show, but after the show. That is what I would want as a fan. Because I don't want it to be like basically the story of the show and us playing the game along with the show. I want, after whatever we see and whatever comes from the show, I want to experience that afterwards. So I don't know. You know, it's a lot of speculation.
Can I tell you one more thing that Todd said, and maybe this will help you a little bit? Todd said that he actually told the Jonathan and all those with the show to stay away from certain things in the Fallout franchise because it would affect Fallout 5. And I'm like, I wonder what he told them to stay away. I mean, there's something that he said. I don't know if it was Enclave. I don't, what it was, but he said there's certain things in the Fallout franchise that you have to stay away from.
That's interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
You always throw something in here that gets my brain a tick.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, that's amazing. But like I said, I just want more Fallout. I honestly don't care where it is. Even if it's an international Fallout would be amazing to see, like, what's going on in different countries during this time period, you know? And that's something people have been asking for a while. I mean, we did get the Fallout London mod that the mod team over there did. And the reception of it was amazing. So just, you know, seeing something that's not focused in the United States would be a dream too.
It would.
For a lot of us.
Todd was asked about that, and he said Fallout and America just kind of go together. So that was his answer. But you know, Fallout is going to last, obviously. Now, I may not get to see it, but I think there will be a day that Fallout goes outside of America because there's only so much you can do for a while. You know, there's only so many vaults in America.
Exactly.
Yeah. But the Fallout theme just works. It works everywhere, and it works so well. Renee, thank you so much for being on the KingCast. I have enjoyed this so much. This hour went like that.
It went by so fast. I looked over and I was like, oh my God, we're done.
I know it. Isn't that crazy?
Me and you always have so much fun together.
Yes.
And I'm very thankful for you having me on. And looking forward to being a guest in the future as well. I'm super appreciative for you and your support. And I've always supported you. And I think you're great.
Thank you so much. Y'all, please, please, please make sure you follow her on Twitch. Her Twitch is, the link to her Twitch is in the pinned comment in the chat and also in the description of this video. You can follow her on X as well, but you do most of your stuff on Twitch, so we definitely want to follow you there. And we want to support you because you are a great friend of the show and a great friend of mine. So thank you so much for being here.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
And making me take a Saturday off.
She actually took a day off to be here, y'all. So please, please, please thank her. Y'all be sure and like the video before you get out of here. Also, remember next week, Bethesda Unpatched will be with me. So make sure you're here every Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Central for the KingCast. Thank y'all so much. I love y'all. God bless you.